QKC sustained nuclear fusion is similar to active galactic nucleus, AGN, such as all cosmic blackbody reactors. I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. This form of electrophysical transmutation energy is real, quantifiable, and measurable within the state-of-the-art industry detectors XR110CR and Pulse TR SDD. Okay, I think I might know what the first one is. And I think that that's like a X-ray detector machine. And that would make sense because earlier it was talking about producing X-rays. So I think they're talking about measuring X-rays from these different materials or the atomic elements. And from there they can get different data of what's happening with the reaction. Quantum kinetics consistently replicated the nuclear phenomenon for over 4 years of painstaking research using the water-based quantum kinetic fusor device. I should do another episode about this sometime. Let's put that into the Google image search. I'm kind of fascinated to see what that looks like. If I can copy and paste it. Okay, so the pictures of it it kind of looks like a battery or some other type of nuclear reactor. It doesn't really look like a tokamak. The tokamak looks like a donut, and this kind of more looks like rings around a central column, and it has water in the middle of it. So it's like some rings going up a central column, basically, is the best way to describe that. So now we know what that looks like. I had to look that up. Which is a derivative design of the Arc Reactor. Hence, the QKF results have been peer-reviewed in Nature's NPJ Clean Water Journal and heralded by the reviewers as much as a much-needed invention around the world. Randall Bird, COO of QKC, states, "What QKC has developed has no scientific equal. We are the first company in the history to sustain nuclear fusion on demand. What we're doing is completely new, unrivaled, and revolutionary. This technology will reshape and redefine energy production and consumption across all existing industries for commercial and private usage." I almost said across the galaxy. To understand the significance of this finding, consider the context of this discovery. In nature, uranium-235 has a half-life of 700 million years. In contrast, the QKW substantially reduces uranium-235 in a matter of hours, with the power to neutralize hazardous water from decommissioned radioactive capsules. The QKW represents the alchemist's dream for controlling the periodic table. Okay, so what does that immediately make me think of? I don't know about you guys, but it immediately makes me think of Bob Lazar and his story of manufacturing elements that were not known to other people. And what did they do? They used hydrogen. And that's what he drives around his car on. That's what he manufactures his car, his fuel, and he uses solar hydrogen so he uses the sun to make that. And why do we not have that technology, according to Bob Lazar? Because of big oil. The big oil corporations will not let this technology come out because they can't charge it at the pump the way that they can gasoline. They want to be able to charge everybody at the pump. That was his words, exactly verbatim. Charge it by the pump was what Bob Lazar said. So that's it right there. That's why we don't have it. It's because these oil barons that are destroying the earth. And I don't want to go too much into it because this is supposed to be a positive one, that like we have this technology. But I don't know if you guys saw that British Petroleum and all these different oil giants are totally reversing course on their climate technology. They're totally abandoning all this green energy. What the hell? Like, all these other countries are going forward and we're going backwards. How can we hope to accomplish anything? I mean, we have these people, but it seems like these people are gonna upend the oil sector. So I don't know. It's something that the people in charge, the powers that be, are having to think very, very heavily about how they release these technologies so they don't destabilize their own economy and throw themselves out of power. And how do they do that and still compete with China, who's releasing all of this stuff way faster than us, and it's open source? They're not interested in hoarding it and competing it. They're giving it to everybody so that everybody can have it. It's the exact opposite strategy that we're having. So, how do we win that battle? um, I don't know. The only thing that I can think of is a nuclear equalizer. I've asked this before. Are we willing to destroy the planet to stop China? To keep the king in power, to keep the rich in power and these CEOs? And basically, just as I was saying there, the economic implications of this iconic discovery are astonishing. The globalists from a leading nuclear research company, the globalist, I was trying to make sure I read that right. The globalist from a leading nuclear research company indicated this is an impressive data. QKC could become a billion-dollar company rather quickly by treating stored nuclear wastewater at legacy and operational nuclear power plants. Commercial applications of isotope editing and potential to generate vast amounts of clean energy are staggering. A University of Washington professor and forensic engineer stated, "I'd love to see what happens at a large scale." QKC's officers were present as participants of the recent experiments at the National Laboratory and commented, "This is truly extraordinary. In addition to thorium, lead, and tungsten forming the processes, we see other elements forming like boron, potassium, magnesium, gallium, and silicon. There has never been anything like this before, and this alone is going to give labs and classrooms around the country so much to further the discover of possibilities, along with immediate commercial build-out that will ensue." Fusion challenges solved with nuclear fusion by Kinetics Corporation. Safety. Cold fusion is inherently safe as it does not require bulk ion plasma heating to trigger nuclear fusion reactions, thus eliminating the inherent breakdown of the reactor due to excessive frictional heat buildup. Sparking, discharging electron explosions, the Townsend effects. From high voltage and high current reactors, dangerous fast neutrons are also avoided using safe nuclear. Cold nuclear fusion does not require expensive material costs like superconducting magnets, wires, fusion fuels like deuterium, tritium, helium, gaseous matter. Its compact design and scalability allow for flexible deployment, enabling companies to generate clean and reliable energy on site, reducing reliance on external energy sources and enhancing energy independence. Deployment. This technology can be deployed anywhere in the world by solar or other energy means. This approach minimizes the risk of unplanned outages and disruptions, ensuring a steady and dependable fusion reaction at scale. I've talked about them using underground fusion, having fusion underneath the earth in secret facilities, and this says it right here, that they can use it with solar. They can either have solar panels on the surface and pipe it down like the electricity, or have other energy means that will put it through. Quantum kinetic fusion, cold nuclear fusion, allows precise control and vectoring at room temperature, with no chance of uncontrollable thermal runaway events from bulk ion heating. The fuel source of quantum kinetic fusion, cold nuclear fusion, can be any dielectric medium, including ambient air, water, liquid metals, gaseous matter, and even the vacuum of space. So it can go into space! And it can use ambient water. We've literally seen all of those things at play with UAP, transmedium craft. This is it. This is it. Right here. This is the engine. It's explaining it to you. At least I think this is like one of, it might not be the only one. Like, I think we have a lot of different types of stuff that we're all messing around with. But it sounds like this is a lot more stable than some of the other ones. Uh, from what I've heard from and seen of videos of like satellites, videos from satellites of American government satellites that were on TV shows and on the internet, it shows different craft in the atmosphere traveling different speeds. And we even have government people who have talked about that they can differentiate between a human craft and a non-human craft in the air, and that like there's human UFOs that we make, and they go really fast. Like I think they said, what was it, like a couple thousand miles an hour. That's really fast. I think they said maybe even like 10,000 miles an hour or something. But we have other craft that are like presumably non-human craft that are going around in the atmosphere that have been filmed. Once again, what was it? Immaculate Constellation was one of the programs that they had done that in. And these non-human craft seem to be traveling closer to the speed of a ballistic missile or even a hypersonic missile, of going over 30,000 miles an hour. We don't really know of stuff that can do that other than a ballistic missile. So, have I read this? The market implications of... Oh, no, I think I missed some of this. Dielectric mediums used for nuclear fusion, transmuting, including manufacturing of tritium gaseous matter, $30,000 a gram. Huh. Scalability. This technology is modular and scalable, allowing for cost-effective deployment and expansion of energy production in diverse settings. It's modular. So, yeah, I'm talking about small, being able to throw it in a craft of any sort of a shape and get it to move in very strange ways and have a lot of energy behind it. The market implications of Arc Reactor cold nuclear fusion transforms business across all industries. This new technological discovery optimizes operations, reduces energy costs, and establishes a new competitive edge in a global economy increasingly driven by sustainability. As explained by Riley Lee, a founder and the CFO of QKC, in the present narrative of quantum kinetics, the trajectory of human development has been impacted by the disruptive discovery of a solitary inventor and outsider, McCain Lee. Shunned for a decade by scientific authorities, wow, academia and industry leaders, despite his revelatory experiments, exquisite expository agencies, I can't talk, and published research, McCain's inexhaustible efforts to reach out to government agencies and private industries, coupled with his wanderings in a scientific wilderness, have been with distinctive purpose, not for fame and fortune, but for the pursuit of discoveries that could ignite a new age of technology. The future is here, regardless of what others believe. That's a funny... They're going to say another sentence later on that's kind of trippy too, but that's a trippy one. It also says that he didn't want fame or fortune. That's probably true, because if he wanted fame or fortune, they probably would have killed his ass. It's probably what would happen. That's the only reason that he was able to go and talk to all these different corporate agencies and private industries, and they didn't just kill him. It's because he was like, "Hey, I'll just give you everything, and I just want to work." The company's plan is to continue the safe nuclear innovation and establish at scale frameworks for radically new clean energy methodology. As the world grapples with numerous challenges in energy security, AI energy demands, rising CO2 levels, and a climate change, Arc Reactor emerges as a beacon of hope. By unlocking boundless energy like the synthetic star, safe nuclear fusion technology offers a pathway towards a cleaner, safer, more sustainable energy future. I really hope so, man. Really hope so. Truth really is stranger than fiction. Didn't I say that that's going to be like the theme of this year? It is an honor to be leading the effort with QKC as the first nuclear fusion company in history to permanently sustain nuclear fusion safely. The implications of this technology are only limited to the imagination. The QKC team is boldly opening Pandora's box. About Quantum Kinetics Corporation. QKC holds 6 patents, numerous trademarks, and copyrights on safe nuclear devices. QKC's research has been published with Nature's NPJ Clean Water for successful water isotope manipulation. QKC is registered with the SAM/DUNS and is eligible for emergency federal contracting in Washington, Oregon, and California. That's a little bit interesting. A little bit sus. QKC elaborated with Unscripted Arena in a recent podcast. Might have to go and watch that. Sounds interesting. They also have an audiobook. The Quantum Kinetic Well, Powering the World with Endless Clean Energy, available on Amazon, Audible Book, and Barnes & Noble. Coming soon, Journey Beyond the Quantum Horizon, the 2nd volume, The Quantum Kinetic Chronicles. I guess I could try to reach out to these guys. I hope that they are up for a spirited debate. I hope that I haven't hurt anybody's feelings with my analysis of the socioeconomic state of the world and the power structures involved with the energy production and global banking cabal. But yeah, I'll try to email them and maybe they'll respond. I would really like to talk to them about this, and I have a million questions, and it's amazing. It's incredible technology. So we'll end it on a rescue. I think this is about 30 seconds, and I'll give a tiny bit of an explanation. Hopefully it won't be too loud. You get it ready here, and we'll go.
Earlier this morning, Dodge County first responders were in Claremont for a man who reportedly got trapped in a grain bin. This happened at a farm equipment and supply company called CHS on 135th West Front Street. A Dodge County Sheriff deputy on scene told KTDC the person was safe with no injuries. He says emergency responders arrived as a precaution.
It's a typical...
Yeah, so I don't think many people would know how dangerous that is. Getting into those grain silos is such a dangerous thing and a bad idea unless you have all the proper equipment and stuff to do it. It is like quicksand. It's beyond like quicksand. It'll pull you in and you can't get pulled back out. They have to come and like dig you out or let the pressure out from under you. It's got a lot of pressure. So once you start getting pulled in, it's a nightmare. People have died. A lot of people have died like that. It's very difficult to rescue somebody once they're that far gone in a grain silo. Not only that, but flour and grain can be explosive. So you kick off some sparks and stuff like that, and literally the whole thing can explode. Not many people know that either, that dust and flour can be explosive. I mean, you can look on YouTube of people throwing like flour or particulates into fire and it just like explodes. And there's cardboard dust explosions from sparks. So dust can explode, and being in a grain silo like that is not only can you be sucked in, but you can also accidentally start a fire and you're trapped. So the guy got extremely lucky. Very, very dangerous thing. I don't think most people go climbing around grain silos, but do not do it. If you ever think about it or find a grain silo and you're like, oh, wow, that looks fun to walk around on, don't do it. So, and if you're a farmer, then you already know to use your safety equipment and that stuff. I don't know what happened with this guy. Maybe something broke. Who knows? But, all right, guys, I'll see you later. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Kind of a mind bender, hot technology, cold technology. They said that it was impossible, and then a week later it was possible. And the truth is stranger than fiction. What was the other thing he said? that the world is changing, we scroll down. The future is here regardless of what others believe. We know the truth.
A verdade se esconde por trás da história. A glória de Deus, os ídolos meus. Primavera chegando e a noite caindo. Você tá dormindo, é lindo de ver. Eu pego a viola, tô me divertindo. E escrevo esse samba, eu saio da lama e quero você. Vida é água que corre, que o rio não seca. De brotar, criar, renovar, Deus dará. Eu, laia, laia. Eu, laia. Eu, laia, laia. Eu, laia. A verdade se esconde por trás da história. A glória de Deus, os ídolos meus. Primavera chegando e a noite caindo. Você tá dormindo, é lindo de ver. Pego a viola, tô me divertindo. E escrevo esse samba, eu saio da lama e quero você. Vida é água que corre, que o rio não seca. De brotar,